Have you ever felt that kind of deep, stubborn joint pain that seems to grow louder with every passing year? A pain that makes you wonder if your body is slowly slipping away from you. A patient of mine once sat across from me with that same worry in her eyes. She told me she had been taking pain pills for years, waiting for relief that never truly came, and she whispered something I'll never forget. Is this just what aging feels like now? I want you to imagine this for a moment. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you feel is stiffness instead of strength. Just getting out of bed takes a little more planning. Your knees hesitate, your hips complain, and your shoulders feel as though they've carried far more than they should. You breathe through it, tell yourself it's normal, and hope it fades as the day goes on. But here's the surprising truth I want to share with you today. Joint pain isn't always caused by aging. More often, it's your body responding to inflammation, weak muscles that can no longer protect your joints, years of poor movement patterns, stress you never realized was affecting your body, or simple nutrient gaps. And even more surprising, doctors across the country are now recognizing that the most powerful solutions don't come from a bottle. In fact, many of the people I care for begin to see real, lasting relief when they adopt non-medication strategies that address the root of the problem. From my years in practice, I've met countless seniors who relied on pain medications without ever seeing real improvement. Pills can dull the sensation, yes, but they don't strengthen the muscles around your joints, they don't reduce inflammation at its source, and they don't correct the way your body moves. The science is simple. Your joints are designed for motion. Cartilage receives nourishment when you move. Muscles act as the shock absorbers that keep your joints safe. When these systems aren't supported, pain becomes louder and more persistent. My goal today is to help you understand what's truly happening inside your body and show you the natural changes that can transform the way you feel. Your body is not failing you. It's asking for the right kind of support. And if you stay with me, I'll show you how to give it exactly that. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to Senior Health Daily so we can continue this journey of strength, clarity, and healing together. Why joint pain worsens over time. As we begin this part of our journey together, I want you to imagine sitting down at the end of a long day and noticing that familiar ache settling into your joints again. Maybe it's your knees, your hips, your lower back, or your shoulders. You may have tried medications, creams, or rest, but the pain always seems to find its way back. Many seniors describe it as if the pain grows wiser with age, spreading itself into more corners of the body as the years go by. But the truth is far more understandable and far less hopeless than it feels. Joint pain worsens not simply because we grow older, but because of a cycle the body slips into without us even noticing. It begins with inflammation. When a joint becomes irritated or stressed, the tissues around it swell, tighten, and lose the smooth harmony they once had. If movement becomes uncomfortable, we naturally begin to move less. But here's the twist. The less we move, the stiffer the joint becomes. That stiffness creates more pain. That pain makes us move even less. Before long, the cycle repeats itself day after day, and mobility slowly shrinks while discomfort grows. Weak muscles contribute to this cycle in ways many people never realize. Muscles are the body's natural shock absorbers. They protect the joints with every step, every bend, every lift, and every turn. When muscles weaken, the joints are forced to absorb pressure on their own, and that pressure builds like a weight the bones and cartilage were never meant to carry alone. Over time, this imbalance intensifies discomfort and accelerates joint wear. Posture plays a quiet but powerful role as well. Years of sitting, leaning forward, or carrying weight unevenly put stress on the neck, spine, hips, and knees. Most people don't realize how much posture shapes joint health until they experience pain that seems to appear out of nowhere. In reality, the body has been adapting to poor alignment for years, and the pain is simply the final message in a long chain of unnoticed adjustments. There are also hidden nutritional gaps that quietly influence joint pain. Many older adults lack sufficient vitamin D, omega-3s, or magnesium without realizing it. These nutrients support bone strength, reduce inflammation, and help muscles function smoothly. When they are missing, the joints lose an important layer of protection and resilience. Understanding these underlying causes is the first step toward real, long-lasting relief. In the next section, I want to show you something that surprises many of my patients. Pain medications may help temporarily, but the real transformation often comes from a solution that requires no prescriptions at all. The shocking non-medication solution. Now that you understand why joint pain gradually intensifies, I want to share something that often surprises my patients. Many seniors believe their only path to relief is medication, and for years, that's what they've relied on. Pain pills for the morning, creams for the evening, maybe an injection when things get really bad. But what if I told you that the most effective solution, the one that truly changes the long-term health of your joints, doesn't come in a bottle at all? The body responds to motion in ways that medications simply cannot replicate. Movement pumps nutrients into cartilage, which has no direct blood supply of its own. Every time you bend, stretch, or take a step, you help nourish the very tissue that cushions and protects your joints. When you move consistently, stiffness fades, inflammation softens, and the healing pathways inside your body awaken. This is the foundation of movement therapy, and it's one of the most powerful tools for reversing the joint pain cycle. But movement alone is only half of the story. Strong muscles are the unsung heroes of joint health. They hold your joints in proper alignment and absorb the impact of your daily activities. When muscles weaken with age or inactivity, the joints lose their natural protection, and the grinding or aching sensation becomes more noticeable. Strengthening the muscles isn't just about building tone, it's about stabilizing the body so the joints don't have to work harder than they were designed to. Even gentle exercises with resistance bands or light weights can dramatically reduce joint stress within weeks. The third part of this non-medication approach is adopting an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Many people don't realize how profoundly stress influences joint pain. When stress hormones like cortisol stay elevated, inflammation rises throughout the body, including around the joints. Simple stress reduction practices such as deep breathing, gentle stretching, mindfulness, or spending time outdoors can lower inflammation and ease pain. Likewise, choosing foods that fight inflammation gives your body the raw materials it needs to heal. Movement therapy, muscle strengthening, and an anti-inflammatory lifestyle work together like three pillars supporting the same structure. When combined, they create a powerful shift that medications alone cannot achieve. Pills may quiet the symptom, but these strategies address the root. They improve the way you move, the strength you carry, and the way your body heals itself. In the next section, I want to guide you through specific natural strategies that doctors recommend every day. These are practical, gentle steps you can begin immediately, no matter your age or physical condition. Natural strategies doctors recommend. Now that we've uncovered the real power behind movement, strong muscles, and an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, let's bring these ideas down to earth and talk about exactly how you can weave them into your daily life. These aren't extreme workouts or complicated routines. They are gentle, realistic practices that real seniors use every day to reclaim their mobility and reduce pain. And the best part is that your body responds to them quickly, often within days or weeks. The first strategy is embracing low-impact movement. I always tell my patients that your joints need kindness, not punishment. Walking may seem simple, but it remains one of the most powerful therapies we have. It boosts circulation, warms the joints, and helps fluid move where it needs to go. Water aerobics are another favorite because the water supports your weight, allowing your joints to move freely without strain. Cycling and Tai Chi bring rhythm, balance, and flow to the body, especially for those who feel stiff or cautious. These activities invite your body back into motion without overwhelming it. Strength building is the second pillar, and it's easier than most people think. You don't need a gym or heavy equipment. A resistance band, a kitchen chair, or a pair of light hand weights is more than enough. The goal is to wake up the muscles that support your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. When those muscles grow stronger, they take pressure off your joints and allow them to move more freely. I've watched seniors in their 70s make astonishing progress using nothing more than gentle chair exercises and a 10-minute resistance routine. Nutrition plays a surprisingly big role as well. Foods that fight inflammation help your joints feel smoother and more flexible. Think of berries, salmon, olive oil, leafy greens, turmeric, and ginger. These foods calm the fire from the inside out. Vitamin D is another major factor. It helps your body absorb calcium and maintain strong bones, yet many older adults don't get enough sunlight or dietary sources. When vitamin D rises to a healthy level, the difference in joint comfort can be remarkable. Hydration matters too. Water keeps joint cartilage soft and cushioned, and most people don't realize how stiffness grows when they're dehydrated. Weight management is a kind of hidden secret. Losing even 5 or 10 pounds can feel like lifting bricks off your knees. Every pound removed reduces pressure and brings relief that many describe as life-changing. And finally, sleep and stress are essential. Poor sleep increases inflammation, while stress tightens the muscles and makes pain louder. Deep breathing, stretching at night, or even a warm cup of tea can create small moments of calm that your joints will feel the next morning. These natural strategies work together like a quiet orchestra, creating harmony in your body. When you care for your muscles, nourish your joints, and calm inflammation, your pain begins to loosen its grip. And in the next section, I want to show you real stories of seniors who experienced exactly that transformation. Real-world patient stories. One of the greatest privileges of my career has been listening to the stories of the people I've cared for. Their courage, their doubt, their determination, and their victories have taught me more about healing than any textbook ever could. And when it comes to joint pain, real stories often speak louder than science alone. I want to share a few of them with you because they show what becomes possible when you give your body the kind of support it has been quietly asking for. I remember a man in his late 60s who came to me with knee pain so severe, he was convinced he needed surgery. He had stopped walking except for short trips to the kitchen or bathroom, and every step felt like bone scraping bone. After evaluating him, we discovered his quadriceps, the large muscles above the knee, were extremely weak. His joints weren't the only problem. His muscles simply weren't strong enough to support him. Instead of rushing to surgery, he agreed to a plan built around strengthening those key muscles and losing a small amount of weight. It wasn't dramatic. He started with 5 minutes of daily leg work, then 10. Within a few months, he walked into my office taller, steadier, and with a smile I hadn't seen before. He never had that knee surgery. He didn't need it. His body just needed balance and strength. Then there was a woman in her early 70s with frozen shoulders. She could barely lift her arms to comb her hair, and she felt helpless. Pain pills numbed things for a few hours, but nothing changed. She committed to a gentle stretching routine, just a few minutes each morning and evening. Slowly, her shoulders thawed. The stiffness loosened. She began to move her arms with a freedom she thought she had lost forever. Her progress came not from force, but from consistency. Another patient, a man in his 80s, suffered from unrelenting morning stiffness. He assumed it was just age, but his posture told a different story. With a few simple adjustments to his alignment, some mindful core strengthening, and improved vitamin D levels, something remarkable happened. His mornings stopped feeling like a battle. He woke up with more ease, more flexibility, and a sense of control he had missed for years. And then there are the countless seniors who relied on pain pills for decades, hoping for relief that never truly arrived. Their real breakthroughs came only when they embraced movement therapy and strengthened the muscles their joints had been begging for all along. Stories like these remind us that joint pain doesn't define your future. Your habits do. And in the next part, I want to help you stay safe, avoid common mistakes, and build an environment where healing becomes easier every day. Safety tips and what to avoid. Before we move into the final part of this journey, I want to pause and talk about something just as important as all the strategies we've discussed. Healing your joints is not only about what you should do, it is also about what you should avoid. Many seniors unknowingly make choices that worsen their pain or increase their risk of injury, not because they are careless, but because no one ever explained how small habits can shape the body over time. So let's take a moment to bring clarity to the decisions that help you stay safe and the ones that may hold you back. One of the biggest culprits behind worsening joint pain is prolonged sitting. Many people tell me they sit because moving hurts. But the irony is that sitting too long makes the stiffness even worse. When you sit for hours, the muscles around your joints fall asleep. The fluid that keeps your cartilage nourished slows down. The back stiffens, the knees tighten, and the hips lose their natural range of motion. Even standing up becomes more difficult. Simply getting up every 30 to 60 minutes, even for a minute or two of gentle walking, can prevent this cascade. Another common issue is repetitive strain. Many seniors have favorite tasks they do the same way every day, like gardening, cooking, gripping tools, or lifting objects with the same arm. The body appreciates variety, not repetition. When one joint or muscle group takes the same pressure over and over, inflammation builds like a slow-burning flame. Changing positions regularly or alternating hands gives your joints a chance to recover before discomfort settles in. There is also a dangerous belief that pushing through severe pain is somehow a sign of toughness or discipline. In reality, sharp or worsening pain is your body's way of warning you that something isn't right. Gentle discomfort during movement can be normal, but intense or stabbing pain is not. It's a message asking you to stop, adjust, or find a safer option. Listening to that message is an act of wisdom, not weakness. Footwear is another overlooked detail. Shoes that lack support can shift pressure into the knees, hips, or lower back. Many people don't realize how much relief they can feel by simply choosing shoes that cushion the heel, support the arch, and stabilize the ankle. The same principle applies to your walking environment. A dim hallway, a loose rug, a slick bathroom floor, or uneven steps can turn a minor misstep into a serious injury. A safer home is one of the greatest gifts you can give your joints. And finally, know when to seek professional help. If pain persists, if balance becomes uncertain, or if stiffness begins limiting your basic activities, a trained specialist can guide you toward the right exercises, proper posture, and individualized care long before the problem becomes severe. Now that we've built this foundation of safety, we can move into a deeper and more personal topic. In the next section, I want to talk about something that matters just as much as the strategies themselves, something that shapes every step of your healing journey. It's your mindset. Mindset shift. You are not broken. As we come to this final part of the main content, I want to speak to you from a deeper place. Because everything we've talked about so far, all the movement strategies, the strength building, the nutrition, the safety, it all works. But it only takes hold when your mindset allows it to. And I've learned that the most powerful medicine isn't always something you can hold in your hand. Sometimes it begins with how you see yourself. Many seniors carry a quiet fear inside them. They believe that pain means their body is breaking down, that stiffness means something has permanently worn out, that discomfort signals the beginning of the end of mobility. I've sat across from countless patients who whispered, "I think I'm just getting old," as if aging was a sentence rather than a season. But what if I told you that most joint pain is functional, not structural? That your pain often reflects habits, inflammation, muscle weakness, or alignment issues rather than irreversible damage. Hope-based science shows us that joints adapt when they are treated with consistency. Muscles respond to small daily efforts. Cartilage receives nourishment when you move. Bones strengthen with impact, sunlight, and the right nutrients. The body may age, but it never stops listening. It never stops responding. It never stops trying to heal. One of the biggest mindset shifts happens when someone realizes they are not broken. You may be stiff, you may be sore, you may be frustrated, but you are not broken. You are capable of change. And your body is waiting for you to partner with it again. I've seen seniors who thought their best days were behind them stand straighter, walk farther, and move more freely than they had in years. I've seen people in their 70s rediscover the joy of dancing. I've watched men and women in their 80s build strength they never believed they could regain. These transformations didn't happen because they were lucky. They happened because they decided to believe in their own potential again. They chose movement over fear, consistency over doubt, and self-care over resignation. Pain may be part of your story, but it is not the ending. It is an invitation to shift, to rebuild, to learn a new way of living inside your body. And once you accept that invitation, everything begins to change. Now that your mind and body are aligned in possibility, let's move into our final section where we bring all of this together. It's time for hope, clarity, and a powerful closing message to guide you forward. Hope, empowerment, and action today. As we close this journey together, I want you to take a quiet moment and breathe. So many seniors carry the belief that pain is a punishment, as if their bodies are somehow failing them with every ache or stiff morning. But pain is not a punishment. It is communication. It is your body reaching out, asking for care, guidance, and a chance to heal. And the most hopeful truth of all is that healing is still possible. Everything we've explored today points to one powerful reality. Non-medication solutions work not because they hide the pain, but because they correct the root causes behind it. Movement nourishes cartilage. Muscles support the joints. Anti-inflammatory foods calm the body from the inside out. Restful sleep restores. Gentle stretching resets tension. Hydration cushions every step you take. These are not small things. They are daily forms of medicine that your body understands deeply. And here is something I want you to remember long after this video ends. Your body at 60, 70, or even 80 still responds to movement, nourishment, and care. You are not too old. You are not too late. Your body is not done growing stronger. It simply needs consistency. A daily walk, a few minutes of strength training twice a week, a meal that feeds your joints instead of inflaming them, a habit of stretching, good posture, and steady hydration. Step by step, these choices create a future where pain has less control and you have more freedom. Take a moment to appreciate the body that has carried you through decades of living. It has shown up for you through every challenge and every season, and it still wants to support your life. Independence is not protected by medication alone. It is protected by knowledge, intention, and the courage to take the next small step. If today's message brought you clarity or comfort, I invite you to follow Senior Health Daily so we can continue this journey of strength, healing, and hope together. Your best years are still yours to claim.